Hello there and welcome to Vermin Hunters TV with me, Si Pitway. So what's happening in this episode then? Well, we're going to be making a catch box for a catapult. We're going to be doing some catapult chrono testing using 4 different types of steel ball. We're going to be doing some damage result testing from different size balls. Trying a few trick shots. I'm going to try my first ever lighter pop. Be shooting some small targets at further distances. I'm going to be shooting some air rifle targets with the catapult. I'm going to try a 10 meter 5-shot group. I'm going to have a bit of fun shooting some cans. So enjoy, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. So this is what I'm going to make my catch box from. It come today, delivered. I think I paid about £12–13 off eBay, and it's a 60 litre blue water and food barrel. It's got the handles on the side, so easy to carry, and because it's not too large and heavy, I'll be able to transport it to wherever I want to shoot. So using a Sharpie and a ruler, I've just marked out the size of the actual hole that I want for the catch box. So using my angle grinder, I've now cut out a square front for obviously where the balls will be going into. So what I've got here is 2 old carpets, obviously what go in the front seats, and I've masking taped them together, and they're going to be part of the backstop to cushion some of the impact, also make it a bit quieter as well. So you can see the carpets, they fit really nicely actually into the 60 litre barrel. So as I say, that'll be a bit of a cushion for the projectile, whichever ball size I use, and also it'll make it a little bit quieter. Okay, what I've done now is put 2 t-shirts inside each other, and across the arms I've got some elastic here off an old bicycle in a tube what was burst and I kept. So I've cut it thin. So the idea is, obviously, the ball, if it doesn't get stopped on the 2 t-shirts, which hopefully it will, and drop down here somewhere, or if not, it will go through the t-shirts and be stopped by the back stop itself. So this is obviously a part of the front part of the barrel what I cut out, and you see I've drew round in a circle, and I've used one of my pellet lids there, which is 70mm, and I'm going to use this because it's quite hard plastic for a bit of a target. So using my bandsaw, I've just cut around this. I'm just going to now use a bit of sandpaper and smooth it all out. Just because I can hear in the back of my mind people going, 70mm? I'd do that 100 yards. What I have done is I've marked up 50mm and a 40mm as well. So I'm going to cut them out now, so I can use them for closer distance. So here's the other ones I've cut out then. So you can see I've got a 50 and a 40. I want to use them at a closer distance. So that's it finished now. So it's double padded, and then here we've got a target on here, look, which will spring back because it's elastic, in a tube again, cut down, and handles to carry it. So yeah, really pleased with that. Okay, I've got 4 different size steel ball bearing here. I'm going to measure them accurately and then we're going to weigh them. So the weighs are going to be in grain. So we're going to start off with the heaviest first and the biggest. So these are 12.6 millimeter. 12.6 millimeter, and these weigh 130.1 grains. Just fluctuated. Yep. Next one is this one. Make sure it's zeroed. 0. And these are 9.48, so 9.5. So 9.5 millimeter. Zero it, and these weigh 54.9 grain. So these are the balls what a lot of people use mainly as a hunting ball. So you can see, think of an air rifle pellet is either 8.4 or 22 calibers around about 15.9. So these are travelling slower, but they're hitting a lot harder because they're a lot heavier. And it's likened to, if you imagine now you're laid on your back playing with your, let's say your 3-year-old son or daughter, and they pick up a ping pong ball and drop it on your face, it wouldn't really hurt. That would be your 22 caliber pellet. But then if they picked up a cricket ball and dropped the cricket ball and it landed on your face, it really hurt and probably smash your teeth out. So that's exactly the same sort of like scenario with these. They're slower but they're heavier, so have a lot more kinetic energy when they hit. So you don't need the foot-pounds you're doing an air rifle, or you're having an air rifle I should say, to do the same damage. You'll actually find that a slower steel ball bearing weighing something like 54.9 grains does more damage than a 12 foot-pound air rifle in 22 caliber would on the actual quarry. Very, very underestimated weapon for hunting. Right, next one, make sure we're zeroed. Is 7.9. So 7.9 millimeter. These are sold as 8 millimeters, but they're only obviously 0.1 off. And the thing is, this is not calibrated anyway. So we'll class that as an 8 mil. But we'll put 7.9. Sure that's zeroed. To stay. .5. These are 31.5 grains. Still twice as well, just over twice the weight of a 22 caliber pellet in grain wise. And then the final one, .3 is 6.3 millimeter These use more like for target plinking with the Catapult, and these are exactly 16 grain, so the same as a weight as a 22 caliber pellet, which is 15.9. Some are 16. But you're not going to get anywhere near the speed and power with this 16 grain as you would with a 22 caliber pellet. So I should imagine the foot pound on this is going to be really low, something like 1.5, 2 foot pounds probably. But like I say, it's more like they're using more for plinking and target shooting. I should imagine the hunting will probably start at the 8mm and go up. Obviously the higher you get, I know from reading, in grain wise, the more power the actual Catapult is producing. But like I say, you don't need a lot of power, 4.5, 5 foot pounds with a Catapult, because they don't lose much of their energy over the trajectory, plus you're not shooting as far as an air rifle. It still hits really hard, and like I say, with this sort of light weight, it's absolutely really damaging to whatever it hits. So to do the calibration, then I'll be using my Caldwell Ballistic Precision Chronograph, and I'll be using 3 main types of band, which is the 0.55, 0.65 and 0.75 burning skull band, known as BSB, but I'll also be using a GZK 0.8 band. And this is how the burning skull band comes in the packaging, and I get it from Celtic Catties. He's on Facebook. He's also got his own website, and for anyone interested, if you want to buy Catapult spares and bands, there it is. So I'm going to do full normal draw with every one of these shots. So that's 257 feet per second. And that's 260 feet per second. And that's 229 feet per second. And that sped it up to 252 feet per second. And that's 245 feet per second. So same Catapult, 0.65 with a 15 to 20 taper, but this time I'm using 9.5mm steel, full draw. And that's 213 feet per second. This time, different Catapult, 0.65, but this is a 20 to 25mm taper. Favoured hunting taper using this steel by a lot of people I've read up on. .230 feet per second. Different Catapult again. This time I've got 0.75 BSB on, and this is a 17 to 22mm taper. So that's 228. And finally, I've got the wide forked catapult, because hopefully I don't want to hit my hand with this ball, because this is the I think 12.6, I think it was off the top of my head, steel ball, and this is 0.8 GZK band in yellow with a 20 to 25 taper. So this is a strong band with a wide taper, and also I put a bigger pouch on to hold the larger ammunition. This will be interesting. I just really hope I don't hit my finger. That's 184 feet per second. So what I've done is I've been saving some tuna cans and washing them out and cleaning them, and because they're all the same, I'm going to use them obviously for this section of the clip, and it's going to be obviously the demonstration of the different size and weight balls against the same size target. So I've got one here that I marked up for 8mm. I've got a 9.5mm steel in 0.65 band and a 9.5 in 0.75 band, and then I've got the 12.6mm here, which is going to be the 0.8 GZK yellow band. Okay, so I'm at 20 meters now, which is a distance what they say on the groups to practice for hunting at, maximum range really. This is 0.55, 18 to 23 with a 6mm steel. I'm just going to shoot on a Coke can. I'm just finding out where my anchor point needs to be. So it needs to be a bit higher. I went. So I've still got the 0.55 BSB with the 18 to 23 taper, but I'm going to shoot the 6mm at a tuna can now, because I didn't expect it going through the Coke can as easy as it did at 20 meters. So see if I can get this tuna. Oh, one shot, happy with that. Okay, Nick Egerty sledgehammer, 0.55, 20 to 25 taper with 8mm steel. Okay, this is a 0.65 with a 15 to 20 taper, but this time I'm using a 9.5mm steel instead of the 8. There we go. I'll walk down and see what damage that's done. Alright, 0.75 and 9.5mm steel. Oof. There you go. That really did hit it hard. It actually knocked it probably about, I don't know, 30-40 centimeters backwards and into the catch box itself. 0.8 GZK, 12.8mm ball bearing. There we go. Our first shot. Same again, knocked it right back into the catch box, but it was close to the catch box, so I'm going to see what that's done. So, time to look at the results then. So we'll start off with the 6mm and 8mm, shooting the 0.55 band. You can see the 6mm slight hole, but then here, really doing a lot of damage, is an 8mm. And that's, if I believe was right, was the 0.55 with a 20 to 25mm taper. So that damage there equates to basically just about everything else what all the other heavier bands are doing. So the next one was the 0.65 with the 9.5mm, and that's probably a tiny little bit more damage than the 8mm or the 5.5 band, but obviously the 5.5 band was a lot easier to draw and to aim. I then got the 0.75 with a 9.5, which probably about the same, if maybe a tad little bit more damage than the 0.65. In fact, looking at it, the 0.65 actually does more damage. This is a 6.5. And then finally we had the 12.6, which was like a mortar bomb. Done a lot of damage. It's actually made a circle inside. I put my finger in it where it hit, but aiming them is just, your anchor points right down here and you can see them. They're like mortars. So yeah, got power, but accuracy wise it's like air rifle shooting. You can have all the power in the world, but if you've not got accuracy, if you've got the wrong pellet matched to the barrel, you're just not going to hit anything. And I think for my standard, I'm not saying everyone's standard, because I know there's people absolutely phenomenal with catapults, but for my standard I wouldn't hit anything, I don't think. So some other things I do on the Facebook group is to throw bottles up in the air and shoot them at this guy. I've never tried that, but I'll give it a go. So I'm pleased with that. So it took me a little bit of time to work out the technique, because what I was trying to do is hold the ball in my left hand, throw it up with my right hand, grab my fork and then shoot. But then I realised if I had the ball in my left, fork in my right already, and held it like that between my fingers, I could throw it up, and that would allow me a split second longer to actually aim. And so I hit it. But yeah, I'll know that technique for future. That 34-yard beer can. First shot. So something you see quite a lot of the lads doing on the Catapult Addicts UK Facebook group is to do these, call them lighter pops. So I've got a full lighter here. I'm going to attempt to hit it and explode it from 29 yards. Okay, so for this attempt I'll be using this homemade catapult here. I'm going to be trying a 9.5mm steel. Two shots, not bad. It's my first lighter pop ever. Say 29 yards, so I'm pleased with that. So here's the lighter. You can see I just hit it off centre towards the left hand side. That exploded nice. Right, I'm going to try this milk top off a plastic milk bottle. That was an 8mm steel this time, in one. So this little catapult shoots 9.5 and 8mm steels with this taper I've got and band set up really well. So here's the milk lid. Hit it there, look. Looks like it's gone straight through it really quickly. Nice shot. Okay, I'm going to attempt to shoot some of the smaller targets now. I've moved back and I'm at 29 yards, which is 26 metres. So I've got the .65 BSB with the 9.5mm steels. See there's two bottle tops there. That's one, shattered it. Yo, there's two. Two shots. It's about just under 20 metres I am. Right, here we go. Oh, first shot. Happy with that. Quite windy today. Yo, second shot on that one. Alright, I'm going to zoom in. 29 yards. Yo! 2 shots. This is about 34 yards. Yo, second shot. Okay, set this HFT target up now. 42 yards. Yes! Got it. First ever catapult I made as well, or fork. 0.65 BSB, 20 to 25. Brilliant. Okay, today for the first time ever in my life I've been trying to shoot groups and not having much success. I find it a lot harder shooting close distance and trying to keep tight groups than I do at hitting targets at long distance. So it's definitely a different skill I need to get better at. You can see on there I tried starting off with 10 shot groups and that was too many, and then I went down to 5. I'm going to do a 5 now and see how close I can get or how tight I can get them to the dot. Right, that went through the bull. 1. 2. 3. So you can see after all the practice off camera it's actually paying off, and I don't take long to improve. 3. Bull. 4. Bull again. 5. So that's probably took me, I don't know if I'm honest, maybe probably 7 or 8 attempts at doing groups. There's 5 shots there, 3 there and 2 there, so probably inch. Yeah. So where's the close-up then? There's them 5 shots. Right, this is me at 10 metres, trying 10 shots. 1. 2. 2 out of 3. 3 out of 4. 4 out of 5. 5 out of 6. 5 out of 7. 5 out of 8. 6 out of 9. 7 out of 10. Oh, there's people walking in the background, but they're nowhere near my trajectory. I'm having a little bit of fun now. I've got the .55 BSB with the 18 to 23 taper, but I'm using the 6mm balls. Do a bit of cam bashing, because if this works out alright and these shoot as straight as I think they do. I might use these when the COVID pandemic's over and we actually have a VHTV meet, because we have a catapult comp then. That was the can in the middle. First shot. Got a rock on top. There we go. They do shoot straight. It's 20 metres, 22 yards, 2 out of 2. That one went just over the left hand can. I'm shooting for the left hand can at the minute. There we go. It's not bad, 3 out of 4 shots. Now for the right hand can. Ooh, that was a bad release. Went way too high. There we go. Now that isn't too bad. They shoot nice. Okay, I was that impressed with the .55 20 to 25mm taper with 8mm steels. I'm gonna have a few more shots now from 20 metres. So I'm using the Nick Hegarty sledgehammer. I've got to try and find my aim point, my anchor point first. Oh, straight through that one. I had a rock on it, so I'll try and keep that same anchor point. Oh, just below it. Seen the rock piece explode a little bit, break off. There we go. That's 2 out of 3 shots. Down the left hand edge. There we go. I think that's 3 out of 5 shots. For me, at 20 metres, I'm happy with that. Sledgehammer.